just one of those guys that makes the music that, but he's a hybrid because he's a hip hop artist at the same time. He's, so he can deliver both the. I think when they recognize you as a hip hop talent, you can bridge to other things. But when you are R&B, you're R&B.
In a bold statement that has raised eyebrows across the hip hop community, 50 Cent issued a stark warning to Drake. The infamous rapper-turned-entrepreneur cautioned the Canadian superstar that if he wasn't careful, he might end up facing a fate similar to that of Diddy. The warning comes at a time when Drake is at the top of his game, but the words from his former friend and rival cannot be ignored. 50 Cent's comments are fueling speculation about the future of both artists.
Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So, Feuds recently did an interview with Hot 97 with Ebro, and he kind of started talking about the Kendrick Lamar battle, as well as his thoughts with the J. Cole thing. So, first up,
do you think you watched the battle between them? You was paying attention? Yeah, was it entertaining for you? As a rap fan?
It was good for the culture, bro. I mean, both of them produced materials up to standard faster. At first, I had Kendrick not even in it because it was like boom, boom, he hit 2-3 times, and I ain't seen nothing coming from Kendrick. And then it was like Kendrick was making a CD instead of a response.
Kendrick is always going to be immediate, dog. And I told him, I said, because he has the ability to make you believe. He had no idea this was gonna happen. Like, I look at him and I go, nah, you can't do that to me.
Right, I know.
You know you was working.
Right.
You worked on it and it paid off. Don't act like you didn't know it was gonna happen. And he's like,
he does that.
Like, cause he'll be like, yo, like, wow, like that energy's there.
Did you think Kendrick had it in him to go as hard as he did?
Look, when they started going, that they like us, I don't have to tell you how territorial West Coast people are.
Yeah, it's not just artists.
Just the people in general. So when he gets to the West Coast side, and they not like us. They going to get together. Like, you put them on the stage together. That was all done properly.
Yeah, no, it was...
You enjoyed it.
Yes. They're different artists.
So among all of that, whether you agree or disagree, he also led into the whole J. Cole situation. He felt that the J. Cole situation kind of hurt him a little bit. He was expecting some competition, some pushback from Cole.
What about J. Cole?
Their relationship over the years has been complex. Though their careers intersected early on, they've had their share of disagreements and moments of tension. 50 Cent has never been shy about voicing his opinions, especially when it comes to other celebrities in the hip-hop world. This warning to Drake is just the latest chapter in their ongoing dynamic, which has had its share of ups and downs.
Well,
what happened? What happened? He didn't want to be a part of it.
He said he didn't want. That's not who he was.
I know.
So what happened with J. Cole?
So what happened with that? I'm just saying to you the culture, the competitive nature of it.
So do you think that someone can be, because we defended J. Cole because frankly it wasn't in him to do it, and he made the decision.
And he took ownership. He didn't run for it. He took ownership of it. He was like, "Yo, he said I made a whack move." He even apologized, and he dipped out. Now the only problem I have was recently he just put out a song. I don't know if you heard it, called Port Antonio, where he said, "I would have won the battle, but I would have lost the brother." And we was like,
"Yeah, we didn't agree with that. That wasn't a great move."
You can't say that. You can't come out and say,
but do you think you're disqualified? Is he disqualified from being in the greats conversation?
Wait a minute. You just said feelings were valid, guys. You just said his feelings were valid.
They are.
And this is why when he stopped, it's because he felt like he could lose a brother. But he would have won the battle. Now, we did think, I was looking for J. Cole. Like, I'm like, let me see what he's going to do. And that
J. Cole's nice.
Yes.
Dead nice.
Yes. And then when I go, oh, no. Why did you do that? I wanted to call him and tell him, don't do that. No. No.
You think it hurts him?
Yes.
Now, he carried on a little bit talking about his Las Vegas residency and all of that. Nobody cares about that. So, do you guys agree with what he said about J. Cole or what he said about Kendrick and or Drake dealing with the battle in the current state of things? Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Marcus at Work Media, and I'm out.
You know, I kind of wanted to touch on some old school stuff that I seen you talk about before, man.
Do it, bro.
You know, I had seen that, you know, you kind of knew 50 Cent before he blew up.
Yeah.
What was that like?
50 was the type of dude that kept like a little, he kept like a little pad with him. And he wrote everything down. You understand? Me and him caught the plane. We was going to Vegas. And I gave him my card. My business card was savoir faire, security management, and everywhere. You know what I mean? So 50 did a song about that. You know what I'm saying? And he put that in the song. And some years, about a year or so ago, not even a year or so ago, he said that when he dropped my name, he said, yo, I got the savoir faire. I got that from Big Gene. He been trying to tell y'all about this Puff shit years ago. But 50 was the type of dude that if you knew he was with you, he was with you. Even back then, he had your back whether you was security or whatever you did. If he was with you, he was with you. And that's what you gotta love about him. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta question his loyalty, you know what I'm saying, on some fight shit or if you in a situation. Cause he going out.
Well, I guess you were hanging around him or knew him, right before he got shot.
Well, what happened is that I had got some information. 50 came to my house. I tried to fit him on a vest, but I'm like, at the time I was like a 3X. And 50 was like a large, you know what I'm saying? So he couldn't really fit the vest, but I gave him a cover to try to tell him, because he had some pads, some vest pads. So I just told him what the situation was that I knew. And told him he had to watch himself because those cats was gonna come at him. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah. And he was supposed to be going to Cancun. And I told him, if you come to Cancun, I got you, because I used to be down there doing security at Daddy-O's. You understand? And I had people down there that I knew that was from Puerto Rico, and they was working down there, so they should make sure when I hit the island, anything and everything I needed, I could get it right there on the island. You understand? They work directly with the syndicate. So 50 was supposed to come down.
To understand the warning 50 Cent gave Drake, it's important to look at 50 Cent's views on Diddy. The mogul has had a long and successful career, but 50 Cent has often criticized Diddy's business moves, personal relationships, and overall influence in the entertainment industry. From 50 Cent's perspective, Diddy's success came at the cost of some questionable decisions, both professionally and personally. 50 Cent's warning suggests that he believes Drake could fall into similar traps.
And he didn't make it because they had shot him up. I don't know if he was coming in the first place, but he was supposed to, because he was paid half the money to come down there to perform How to Rob an Industry Cat.
And when was the next time you seen him after that?
The next time I seen 50 after that was at Jack the Rapper. He had blew up. He had blew up, man. He was like, he was this dude and everything like that. And I was sitting we was in Puerto Rico, and I was sitting by myself, just chilling, and he had his whole entourage with him. He came directly over to me. He like, yo, Gene. I was like, yo, what up, Fit? I said, what up, 50? He said, what's up, man? He said, yo, put his hand out to me, and grabbed my, he said, yo, they can't stop what God got planned. Went on about his business. And then he blew up crazy.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about 50 going so hard at Diddy with the documentaries and, what did he do to 50 that made him hate him so much, man? That's crazy.
Well, I think it's just, you got to look at it like this. 50 was writing a lot of shit that made a lot of money for Diddy. And he knew back then in the day, he didn't know what he know now, but Diddy was robbing him. You understand? Mm-hmm. Bringing those kids in and say, yo, here, write this verse for me, man, for this, stuff like that.
and giving them $5,000, you understand, or $10,000, and you making $100,000 or $200,000 or maybe $2 million off of it, or $1 million, whatever the case may be. See, people call that good business. That's not good business. That's taking a person's talent, using it for your own self-indulgence, and not giving him what it's worth. When you could have been teaching these kids, you could have been helping these kids, and maybe these kids would have been helping you at the point you are right now. So, if that's the case, he have every right. But 50 is doing this for the culture. You understand? If it's going to be told, he going to have it, and it's going to be told the right way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 50, he go hard on Diddy, man. It's constant on his Instagram. It's kind of, it's pretty entertaining to see him be so passionate about his hate for Diddy.
Listen, how many of your enemies you love?
On the other hand, Drake represents the new generation of artists with his unique blend of rap, R&B, and pop. Drake has built a career that spans over a decade, constantly reinventing himself and dominating the charts.
It'll be fun too. Baton Rouge, the whole business, the whole shit. I want to talk about that. I did not want to get into Puff.
I know, but as soon as I see you, I feel like we're supposed to fight.
Why?
Because he ruined.
He knows he's responsible.
No, he's ruined hip hop culture.
Responsible.
Because New York City culture, music is damaged because of him specifically. He was the program director. He was supposed to play the records every time.
But it's a new era, right? We got, like you said, A-Boogie, 401, Cash Cobain.
Yeah.
Musically,
those are the people I mentioned. Who do you know?
Who do I know?
The young guys. Are the young guys?
Lola Brooke. Who else do I love out of here?
We love
Coyle Ray.
Coyle Ray, Jersey.
Tierra Whack.
Well, that's Philly. He wants New York.
Oh, he wants New York. Okay.
Who else do I love out of here?
Go ahead.
Just give me one more.
I want to make sure I say a name that I actually, you know what I'm saying? Somebody I actually fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just.
What about Chef G?
Oh, I love Chef G. Chef G, Sleepy Hollow.
Chef G.
They don't love us too much.
No.
Because y'all don't play the records. Y'all don't play the records.
And
it's lit.
That's not why.
And it's lit.
No, that's not why. That's not why. It's because if we want to get into it, it's because Chef G and Sleepy Hollow got used by Donald Trump up in the Bronx.
Paul, let's not bring politics into our culture.
Too late.
We don't want politics here. So, look, as soon as you start to do that, right, you start to, look, with anybody else.
Divisive.
Yeah, well, anybody else bring him at this point?
Bring who?
Yes.
What do you mean bring
The connection is they both have RICO charges.
Yeah.
No, we know that.
Right,
and that's why I
there's
didn't have
nobody
no
else that's
problem
going
with
to bring them to that platform. And it's big for them to be there. Don't escape that. Like, even if you...
No, but we talked about that.
I knew that
they was working their angles to... Listen, when you're talking about artists getting proximity to a politician, someone like Trump, there absolutely is something in it for both of them.
Yes.
Right? Trump's using it to ingratiate himself to the audience.
Explain about it. His gun charge is gone.
There you go.
Ask Kodak Black.
Yeah.
He's free.
Right. And so people like that. And most people from where they come from can't get that close to a politician.
Right. No, that's why.
We understand that, but then they tried to blame Rosenberg that they got yanked from Summer Jam.
Which was not true.
And
they ran with it because it was a good story, but it was not true.
Oh, man. What happened at Summer Jam?
Man, good old days, right?
Yeah, the Summer Jam was...
Yo, you coming back this year?
No, but...
50 Cent's warning to Drake isn't just based on their personal dynamics. There are some noticeable parallels between Drake's rise to fame and Diddy's. Both artists have transcended their respective genres, become moguls in their own right, and garnered massive influence in the world of entertainment. However, 50 Cent sees the way Diddy navigated his business empire through strategic alliances as a cautionary tale.
Apparently I was banned for a little while. Wasn't this
after the...
So look, leave me banned, ladies and gentlemen. Leave me banned. I'm fine where I'm at now. I'm fine where I'm at. Don't unban me because no one's there to get. When's Jay's coming to Summer Jam?
I'm sorry?
When's Jay-Z coming to Summer Jam?
Jay-Z coming back?
It's been a long time.
When's Jay-Z coming back anywhere? We waiting for him to come a lot of places. I want him to come on the show.
No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. It's hot out here, man. It's hot out here. You gonna see him nowhere.
Real question. How much of what we see when you trolling people on Instagram is real dislike, and how much of it is just
you can't help yourself
having fun because you like trolling?
I'm preconditioned from behaviors that you guys have exercised in front of me. I've watched you.
It's all our fault.
It is. I'm doing my version of Ebro on my Instagram. That's it. It's just not politics. It's a little more.
It's a little bit more.
A little more cultural.
A little bit more.
Honed in. But you look. I'm not. None of that is really personal. It's me just having fun with the thing. And I see things and I go, oh my God, like. They usually respond to things that make you uncomfortable. They like it when it makes the artist uncomfortable because they don't feel like you're bearing the same pressures they're bearing.
Right.
So you ain't worried about the light bill. Right. You ain't worried about certain things that they're personal pressures. So they look at it when they see you compromise, they kind of enjoy it a little bit.
Do you, going all the way, because I've been, I'm a pocket watcher, so I've been watching your money for a long time.
I'm watching my money.
There's a lot to watch. Lots to watch.
It's actually fun and it's inspiring.
No, we're proud of you too. We're proud of you too. Even though I know you owe me money from all the support I've given you in the liquor and all the things we promoted throughout the years, but
this guy really ruined that culture.
Going back to the Smart Water deal, like which was your first. That was your first $100 million deal. Like that was unprecedented at the time. I would love to hear how you've used that money, and is that money still money you use today, or is that just like how does that work? Like, because I've never had $150 million, so I don't know how you stretch that out over 10 years, 20 years, 30 years.
It's still new money because by the time you that year, the taxes for it. And then you, within lifestyle, you start to do things that you add things into lifestyle. They kind of eat through that money in different ways. And then by then, there's new opportunities, new deals that's going through. So it doesn't really matter as much. It's really with lifestyle. Like I got.
But you never were an overspender, though.
Nah.
Diddy's career has been marked by both monumental success and high-profile controversies. As the head of Bad Boy Records, he transformed the hip-hop industry, but his public persona has also been clouded by legal battles, ongoing feuds, and personal drama. 50 Cent's warning to Drake seems to draw a line between Diddy's strategic decisions, like using drama to fuel his career, and the potential dangers of becoming too immersed in celebrity culture at the expense of one's reputation and long-term legacy.
I'm on bulletproof trucks and stuff like that. I paid for a bunch of them in the beginning.
Yeah, but you didn't have a fleet of, Rolls Royces.
Nah. You bought Tyson's house. That was a big thing at the time.
But that was just a house. Look, if you say once you buy it, because I bought it in a wire transfer, the upkeep is all you really think about. Because them places are like $70,000 a month. So I stayed there for 14 years.
Oh, you were there that long? Wow.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even call Tyson's house. It's 50 Cent.
It's 50 Cent.
Mike wasn't there.
You was there longer than him.
Oh, no, way longer than Mike was there.
But Mike is still...
He's Mike, though.
He's the chap.
Right.
Like, there's a difference when you convince everybody there's nobody in the world that can beat you versus you strategically picking a fight to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
Mike is a different animal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you're saying that expenditures like that aren't as crazy as they appear?
Yeah, no, it's lifestyle stuff. If you didn't do that, you could have bought a smaller house, a more livable space, right? And then because 18 bedrooms, you're going to still sleep on one bed, bro. Like, it's a waste to a degree. But you just don't fly, you only fly private. But you got to allocate those expenses somewhere. If you don't spend it, they're just going to take it.
Do you only fly private?
Huh?
Do you only fly private?
A little more now. You see me on the jet a lot more.
But you can't. But someone can catch you in a first class commercial seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm trying to get there, I'm just trying to get there as soon as I can.
But they do that VIP thing, right? Where you like come.
You don't ever see me.
You don't see.
I come off the plane.
Yeah, they go to some weird spot that normal people don't see. Like He's not sitting at the gate.
Then they drive the private car down the runway thing.
He doesn't wait. When it says Group 1, he doesn't come out. That's not how it works. He's just on the plane. You're like, why is 50 Cent? Oh.
And I come off and I'm going before they can run into me. Yeah.
So, you and Floyd are good now. You and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
That's whatever. That's stupid shit. But now you also move into what you're doing in Baton Rouge,
right?
Which I think is tremendous, remarkable. Yeah, like I wish more people would do that, where you've gone to an area, you've brought jobs, you've bought real estate, you're investing in a community that Talk about the foresight to do that and why you did it and the whole thing.
Initially, I just was going to do the studio. So the tax incentive around it was already set up and was already blossomed at one point, and then the political side of things changed that. Avi Lerner, Millennium Studios was the studio. Avi, I just shot the Expendables with him in Bulgaria, right? So I was able to talk to the previous owner of the studio and said, "What's wrong with it?" And he's like, "Nothing. The tax incentive went away." So it's a different thing. I took a 99-year lease on the property, and then the stage works along with that, and then to revitalize the downtown area, because it's the perfect place to shoot because it was completely empty. It almost looked like the vampires ate the people.
That show Dead?
Yeah, where everything's just missing.
Walking Dead.
So the whole place looked like a set.
Wow.
At that point, because it was nice places, but it was
like frozen in time
empty.
almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when I'm like, yo, I got to do something now, because they had heard big promises before and people didn't deliver. So I'm like, I'm gonna do the Him Harmony thing, and it was like, oh, this is great. So it'll be because don't think that there's not a backlash to being successful in hip hop culture. Like, and it's created by the artist community itself. They don't say, "What have you done?" They say, "What have you done for me lately?" That whole cloud of, "Do you think he can do it again?"
Right.
How many times he did it?
That's what I was trying to get to. It's like after a certain amount of time, after the massacre, after all these records are big, you've hit 4 times. Now it's almost like we're just waiting to be able to say you fell off.
Yeah, and you go, okay, well, this is the Drake position right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is not, no one's exempt. Remember, all you needed was a Wayne verse? Mm-hmm. You don't hear the Wayne verse so much. You see what I'm saying? Like, it starts to shift, and it's the other artists, new artists is coming that don't embrace the material.
How unprecedented is Drake's run, though? Like, this has never happened before this long.
Yeah, this is broken. Our whole culture is broken. And they're finding a new way to do things. It's almost, he's a hybrid, right? Being a rapper and an R&B singer at the same time. And then it's easier to stay longer being more R&B singer than rapper. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you, the other way around, look at all of them. They got the same tattoos. They got the same energy. Matter of fact, you want to see somebody go to jail? Tell Trey Songz he's an R&B singer. Tell Chris Brown that. Like, you think they're soft, and watch them go to jail.
Right.
So you look and you go, it's just we're in a different period where it's like, nah, I do this, and the melody, you got so many artists that using the auto-tune, artists they're rappers technically, but they sing it on the record. To get the auto-tune, that vibe that's going on, it's almost both at the same time. Who can do both the best?
You Drake haters is funny. He ain't real. He don't write his rap. He ain't. It's been 11 years, man. Shut the fuck up.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pod.
My name is Dorian from Group82Music.com, and right here we got 50 Cent talking about Drake's rise to the top. Drake debuted in 2009. That's his like national debut, best I ever had. Got the number 2 on the Hot 100, and from now on, I'm not saying their names. It's Hot 100, 200. So he got on there, and he just hasn't left. He's been on the radio nonstop. He's been everywhere we can possibly imagine. And at this point, not only is he one of the greatest rappers of all time, you got to give this man credit. He's one of the greatest artists of all time. And 50 really breaks it down here because the man does both. He raps and he sings. He got a song called Both. I'm not talking about that, but he raps and he sings. And it's not so much the fact that he has that talent, it's the fact that he has blended melody into his music so seamlessly that it kind of changed the trajectory of pop music and rap music as we know it. Anytime rap got melodic, people fucked with it, right? Like